usually go on rides, but when I do, it's ones that I see on TikTok.
Sent a text to my husband pretending to be his ex from a text no number to see if he would tell me.
Oh. Let's see what he's gonna do. Oh, he's answering really quickly. Look at him. Look at him. He's excited now, isn't he? He can't even wait for the text back. Look, I told you he was going to lean to the side. That's how they are. He just sniffled.
Where are you going? What store are you going to? Oh, okay. Well, I want to go. There's some things I need to get.
Just send me this. I'll go get it.
But I kind of wanted to go.
I bet. Yeah.
Girl.
Babe, are you?
No.
I really wanted to go.
Just send you go. Go ahead. Just send me the list.
Leave him right away. I can't deal with that. And what happens when he gets to the girl's house?
The other leg on the mattress. Look down at him while he's smacking. Get them headshots like an actress.
All right, let's get to it. Go ahead, try it. Go on now. Oh, you're not flexible. Yikes. Just go ahead and put the leg down. Try again. Maybe with the other leg. No? Stop. And you put this on. No, everybody can see this.
دي الثانية.
شيلها. لا
الثانية. طب ايه اللي حصل؟ انت كنت جامدة المرة اللي فاتت. في ايه اللي حصل؟
طب دي اتشالت.
Stop! There's bees on her face. Why are they doing this? Somebody explain right now. Please.
طب انا جامد قوي عشان
I remember when. I remember when I lost my mind. There was someone so pleasant about that place. You and your emotions
For 5 years.
No fear until I show them my basement. My irrational fear is that there are people living inside of my walls. And this is why. Believe it or not, that is pretty tame for my basement. But as you can see, there is a literal hallway system that wraps around the entire foundation of my basement. But then we have rooms like this that are so filled with junk from previous generations that you wouldn't even be able to tell if someone was hiding right there in front of me, in plain sight. Not only that, but past the actual tree that is the supporting beam for my living room floor, there is a crawl space that leads to a bigger room right past this wall that we didn't even know existed until just recently. And I don't even want to show you what's in these two rooms. I have lived here my entire life and I still don't feel comfortable opening those doors. I will make a video about what's in those rooms if there's enough interest, but for now I will leave you with the question that I know is on everyone's mind. Yes, my house is haunted, but I'm still just scared that there are feral people living in my walls.
First of all, is she aware what's going on under that skirt?
Tengo ropa. Ah, cabrón, ¿no tienes qué? Entonces, ¿qué chingos es eso? Te ha invadido aquí el pedo con tantas garras. ¿Qué es eso? O son chocolates, media pierna. No tengo que ponerme. Es donde te esperas que...
That's why y'all shouldn't be drinking.
Hi. Hi. Hey!
Stop it. What?
Guys, the dog carrying for fuck's sake! Where's the key? I just fucking threw it to you, you just let us on the hole. Where? I just fucking threw it to you, tell me. You did that twice to me, I don't know where this is. Oh.
We should get out. Embarrassing.
I don't know.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, you just landed on my fucking arm.
Shut up. People in the house. Have to come out and go mental.
Uh-oh.
Come on, hurry up.
They just leave her out there?
Just landed on my arm.
She's done.
Look. Lucy, stop.
Major headache. Huh? What happened? What is that? The way that he... Wait a minute. That just said Caucasian dancing. Okay. Stop.
So they just flew out? Yeah. Why didn't you take it up before we were like, ah! Oh my god! Yeah! Oh my god! Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Oh my god!
His 230 fell out.
You wanna hear something really crazy? No! I have fake teeth. They just flew out when I yelled.
She's just laughing at him.
No.
You don't have teeth, girl.
Sally's Cucumber Patch by Kinsey Mazing.
Oh.
Sally loved her cucumber patch. The happiness it brought her just couldn't be matched. Her cucumber patch was filled to the brim. She sat out there all day just taking it in.
Oh, my goodness.
There were some big cucumbers and some small. Variety's a very good thing to have in your cucumber patch. But Sally didn't care. She loved them all. Got more girthy ones. It's got a little
Stop it
curd,
right now.
double curd. Nice variety you got there, Sal. Sally would go out to her patch and squat all day long. She would water her cucumbers and sing them a song. Oh, cucumbers, I love you so. Thank you for growing in such neat little rows. I could sit with you all night. You are such a beautiful sight. With lots of love and devotion, her cucumbers heightened her every emotion. Close your mouth, Sally. Act like a fucking
She's
lady.
ready for them cucumbers.
Most of her friends thought she had gone mad. Some of them found her situation terribly sad. But a few of her friends understood completely. They came over when they could, discreetly. They would squat with Sally all night, sometimes until the early morning light. Sometimes her neighbors would look over and see Sally squatting there quite happily, shaking.
Why does he look so angry?
What an odd lady that Sally must be. Her infatuation with cucumbers doesn't make sense to me.
Quit hating,
you
old
look
lady.
grumpy. You should get a fucking cucumber. But Sally didn't care what people thought. Her only care was that her cucumbers didn't rot. When summer would get close to ending, Sally knew she had to stop pretending. Soon her cucumbers would grow no more. In the winter, her life became such a bore.
Oh, poor
So
thing.
Sally would gather her cucumbers and bottle them up. The pickles she made would have to be good enough.
Okay, ma'am. Anyone else home?
No, it's just me and my dog.
Are you all locked in?
Look at that
Can I
house.
please see the warrant,
Yes.
please?
Yep, we'll give you a copy. Is your husband home or your children home?
No, my children are at school.
Here, sure. It is that. Go and step out. So step with my partner over here. We're going to explain everything to you, okay? We have to search it to make sure there's no one else here. So go out.
I have to step out?
Yes.
Okay.
Girl, that house.
Can I not get my purse or anything?
No. You have to go out with them. Let go of the phone now.
No, I'm on the phone with my lawyer.
Let go.
I'm on the phone with my lawyer.
Let go of the
She got a lawyer that quickly.
Please, thank you.
Look at that house.
I'm gonna hang out with you, okay?
Can you please explain to me what's going on?
Yep. Search warrant for your house. Okay. I have an officer that's gonna talk to you once we make sure that everything's safe in here. Okay. All right. There's no one else home. There's no kids home. Anything like that.
No, but
Is your husband home or is he
No.
working? Okay.
can I call my lawyer at least? Like,
Yep. You can do that. Okay. But we're gonna work on it. Okay.
so I have to wait until you guys give me my phone.
Yes. There's a search
That's my
warrant
lawyer.
signed by a judge that says that we will be searching your house. Okay.
That's a little bit suspicious. That's very suspicious.
Matt, you got upstairs. Yeah, I'll hold it. I'm gonna go right.
Just the house. Oh my goodness.
My lawyer said I shouldn't open the door or do anything or tell you guys to contact them first.
I
That's not
understand. If you didn't open the door, I would have broke it down. Okay, so you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
What does she do?
I've got a search warrant signed by a judge. It's not like I asked to come in. I've got an order to come in by the judge.
Okay.
Okay.
My grandmother Lorraine always told me that
What
the
was
women in her
that?
family had a unique gift, or a curse depending on who you asked. That was the first line in an email submission I received from a woman named Estelle who wanted to share her family history stories rooted in New Orleans. Her grandmother told her, "We see things before they happen, but they're not in visions, they're not in dreams, they're in warnings." She told Estelle that their bloodline stretched back to a woman named Celine, who was a 19th century Creole woman who lived in New Orleans. Celine was a healer, but she was known for more than just her remedies. She could sense the ripples in time itself. She would leave messages for people warning them of what was to come. Some people heeded them and others ignored them. The people who listened lived easier lives, and the people who ignored them paid the price. But power always comes with a price, right? So one night Celine helps this desperate young man with something, and he ignores her warnings. So he goes off. He comes back later after something terrible happens to him or his family. I'm not really sure the details on that. But he bangs on her door in the middle of the night in the French Quarter. She comes to the door. She tries to explain herself, but he believes that she has cursed him and stolen his fate. So before she can explain anything, he pulls out a blade and he unalives her. As she lay on the floor, he leaves, and her final act was not one of revenge, but of protection. She takes a piece of paper, and on it she writes, "Survive," and she passes with that note in her hand. Her daughters found her in the morning, and they found the note in her palm. And from that day, they all apparently inherited her gift. But Estelle, who emailed me, said that she believes it came with the curse of knowing. Celine had tried to use her powers to help others, but her death changed everything. From then on, the messages became personal. Instead of warnings for others, the women in the family began receiving messages from themselves. Words written in their own hand, messages from the future, which they had not written yet. And the worst part was that nobody was ever able to change what the letters foretold. Now, Lorraine, Estelle's grandmother, told her that growing up, she never believed in the family gift or curse until she was 16. It was a hot, sticky day. She was running errands for her mother, weaving through vendors selling produce and trinkets, and she passes a Creole tomato stand, and she notices a man wearing a brown, tattered suit, and all of a sudden something just feels off. And Estelle said when her grandmother told this story, which she told often, you could tell in her eyes that she was reliving it as she told. She said the voices around her started to warp to like a slowed down hum. She said the air felt thick and heavy, like she could barely breathe, and all of a sudden everyone around her was wearing clothes from a different era. She said the market didn't look the same either. The paint was fresh, the ironwork had looked like it had just been built, and it was like she skipped back in time to when everything was new. Except the man in the tattered suit. He was staring straight at Lorraine, and he looked just as confused as she felt. She panicked, she began running, and as she crossed the threshold of the street into the sun, everything snapped back to normal. Gone, but then she saw him, the same man in the tattered suit, standing at the corner of Decatur Street, staring. She never saw him again. This made Lorraine believe that maybe there was actually something to the family gift or the family curse, but nothing else strange happened until the morning of her wedding day. Lorraine awoke just after dawn and noticed a letter had been slipped under her door in the middle of the night. She picked it up, the envelope was yellowed, there was no return address, and she thought it was maybe a note from her mother. But when Lorraine opened the letter, her breath caught in her throat because the note was written in her own handwriting. And the note was short, it was just 6 words. It said, "Don't marry him, you'll regret it." She read it over and over, and it actually terrified her because she didn't write that note, but she also didn't know anyone who would want to sabotage her wedding. She was well liked in her community, but she married him anyway, even though there was doubt in her mind, because love is a powerful thing and doubt can be silenced. She convinced herself it was just a joke, a prank, and she put it in her jewelry box, went on with the ceremony. But just as the letter had warned, she eventually would grow to regret her decision. Her husband, Thomas, was a charming man, but he was reckless. He eventually drank too much, he gambled too much, he made promises he couldn't keep, and he increasingly grew violent with Lorraine. Back then, Lorraine said people just didn't get divorced, so she stayed with him, but he was a storm in human form. He was thrilling at first, but dangerous when you stayed too long. And by the time Estelle's mother was 10, Lorraine had nothing left. He had gambled away their home, all of the money that they had saved, and they really had no future. And that's when Lorraine remembered the letter. She still had it. She dug it out of her jewelry box and reread it again, but she still hadn't written it yet. And Lorraine understood then. The women in her family weren't just receiving warnings, they were delivering them over and over in a time loop that they could never escape. So she kept the letter hidden in her jewelry box for decades until the moment when she knew she would write it. And that came when she was 78 years old. By then, Thomas had long passed. She had learned to live with the choices that she had made, but one night she's sitting at a desk and she decides she's going to write the letter that she had read so long ago. Then, as if guided by something older than herself, she placed the letter in the same yellowed envelope and put it back in her jewelry box. When Lorraine asked her why she even wrote the note, Lorraine just said the past and the future are closer than you think. She never elaborated more. When she eventually passed away, Estelle inherits her house. While sorting through her things, she finds her jewelry box and she does find the letter tucked inside. But something was different than the story Lorraine had told Estelle, which was another line added to the note. It said, "Don't marry him, you'll regret it." And then below that, it said, "Listen this time." Estelle said when she read this, she got chills. Like, it just didn't sit right with her. So she flips it to put it back in the envelope, and she notices there's another line written on the back of the letter. It says, "If you ignore this, bury it beneath the oak tree." And Estelle said she was not engaged at the time of finding this. She's not even dating anyone now. But it spooked her because now she feels like she's part of it. She said she has not buried the letter. She still has it. But the real question isn't if she should listen to the warning. It's, does she even have a choice? I love this story. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts for Estelle, because she'll be reading these comments. I'm going to send her this link as soon as this video is posted. And keep sending me your short, scary, spooky stories. I'll keep adding them to this playlist.
That one was actually pretty interesting because I also received these premonitions, but not through an actual physical thing. It's just basically through my dreams. So that one can be real. I do actually believe that one. Anyways, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.